First alert update now about the investigation into an armed robbery in Grand Chute last weekend. Police saying they've arrested a third person now in connection to that incident. 39-year-old Michael Thorpe was taken into custody today. Officials are referring party to crime charges of robbery, a substantial battery, and criminal damage to property. 32-year-old Bo Wastful and 34-year-old Corey Schmitz also facing charges in that case. As the reported officials say it on Saturday, they were searching for a man in a long blonde wig. Officers responded to the 400 block of West Northland Avenue for a report of a robbery. The suspect used a wrench on the victim during the incident. Officials have since recovered some of the items that were taken. An investigation is still ongoing. First of all,